How can you say this is a terrible idea, especially after you essentially ignored these people for 3 weeks? Well, you could just start going door to door in rural Ohio after 3 weeks to check up on the people. Sorry, it's blurry, but that's the way it is. So, El Papa, the potato, orders Ohio door to door checks more than 3 weeks after toxic train derailment. This is a terrible idea. There's a lot of pissed off people out there that know something is up, can smell the air, and know something's in the air. The water can't be drank at any. But the EPA said, no, 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 no. It's fine. Drink the water, bigot. No, I don't think so. You see, when you set fire to vinyl chloride, it releases toxins into the air. And well, while they go into the air, as they say, what goes up must come down. Okay, so teams from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, the EPA, and FEMA will visit residents starting on Saturday, which is today, asking how they're doing and what they need, and to connect them with resources from federal and non-profit organizations. Look, I'm gonna let you in a little secret there, potato. Anybody in the government. This is a terrible freaking idea. Why? Well, imagine, if you will, we'll use this as a thought experiment. Someone such as myself, Lazlo, and hopefully Amazon works, or well. Imagine if I had a bullhorn and I saw these people walking around. Do you not think in your civilian mind that I would not be heckling these goons? Oh, yes, I would. Of course, that might attract unwanted attention from the authorities. But hey, it's a First Amendment protected activity, and I can redress grievances to my government however I feel is necessary. So the walk teams are modeled on similar teams following natural disasters. Now, again, let's ask ourselves an important question. It's been 3 weeks. Let's say, I don't know, someone has passed away. Didn't have a family, didn't really talk to his neighbors. This person passed away because he got sick from said burning tanker car. You see where I'm coming here? Now they want to come around? Why didn't they come around sooner? Oh, that's right. Right. Because you see, Ohio, in this particular area, I think I read somewhere, where 96% of the people voted for President Trump. So and that's the other thing. I'm going to have to go over this topic right here because it's interesting. So the president directed members of those teams to go out to as many homes as possible, with officials saying the immediate goal was to visit at least 400. Biden currently has no plans to visit the community. Can't imagine why, huh? On Friday, the potato also pushed back and claimed that his administration hasn't been present providing assistance. If the shoe fits, blah, 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 blah. We were there 2 hours after the train went down. So, Mr. President, I'm gonna let you on a little secret. Little secret. Trains don't go down. Okay. Now, when they're on the tracks, they may go down an embankment, or up an incline, or up a hill, maybe through some meadows, rolling hills, going through the countryside. But at no point do trains fall out of the sky. I don't know what he's thinking here, but he is a potato, so who knows? He goes, I've spoken with every single major figure in both Pennsylvania and Ohio. And so the idea that we're not engaged is simply not there. Now, they really haven't. Because it was 9 days later, Secretary of Transportation Pete Gluggy Glug blah blah, whatever his name is, 9 days after, finally acknowledged, oh yeah, yeah, there's a train that derailed and released chemicals. Anyways, what do you mean anyways? How about you getting on the ground? And it wasn't until President Trump arrived in Ohio and brought more visibility to the area that Pete Buttglug decided to show up there yesterday, Friday, the February 24th. So, who's he trying to lie to? He can't lie to me, because I already assume he's lying and he's a piece of crap. So yeah, this is where I'm getting at. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources said Thursday that 44,000 aquatic animals were potentially killed as a result of the incident, and there were anecdotal reports of related illnesses in animals and humans. Officials have maintained that testing and monitoring have found the air and water to be largely safe. Now, let me ask you this. If you found out your food and water was largely okay to drink and consume, would you feel better? Oh, no, you wouldn't? Huh, interesting. Anyways, during a February 15th town hall, which was 10 days ago, following the incidents, East Palestine Mayor Trent Conaway said he had not heard anything from the White House until February 14th. And oh, by the way, for you users at home, that's 11 days after the accident. Yeah, 11 days. When you had the EPA essentially nuke East Palestine, Ohio. Y'all saw the pictures. I don't need to show it. So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't pass the sniff test. Oh, we're on it. No, you're furthest from on it. You're not even in it. So one resident asked the mayor where Transportation Secretary Buttigieg was before the Secretary of Environmental Protection Agency Michael Regan visited the area. Department of Area Transportation noted the Federal Railroad Administration and Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, Jesus, were on the ground within hours of the derailment, and that the agencies were supporting the investigation being led by the Independent National Transportation Safety Board. The GOP, including former President Trump, has heavily criticized the government's response, with some calling for Buttigieg's resignation. Yeah. He should, but he's got the right LGBTQ Batman symbol Bonafides, so he's not going anywhere. And only if you dare question this scumbag, you're a hateful bigot, which is the usual case that they usually say to people like that. Without addressing the concerns, you're just a hateful bigot. So, a timeline given by the White House said the Department of Transportation had provided initial incident notification to members of Ohio congressional delegation and relevant committees on February 4th, when the EPA deployed real-time air monitoring instruments around the wrecked site and community, with staffers reaching out to Governor Mike DeWine on February 5th. So you got to ask yourself, just with that small timeline, it took them, a day and a half, 2 days to finally get to the congressional authorities? Yikes. And to wrap all this up in a nice little bow. Oh, I gotta repeat that. So stop the screen, go to present, show screen, that and but okay. Biden scoffs at East Palestine mayor, Palestine, who claimed he doesn't care about the town amid trip to Ukraine. Oh yeah, you remember that, folks? So when the potato went to the Ukraine and went to Kiev, or Kiev, whatever you want to call it, and the air raid signs are going off for no frickin' reason. This was going on in East Palestine, Ohio. All this goes to show to you, all out there in Lazlo land in the world, that this scumbag libprog does not care about you and your family, especially if you didn't vote for him. Case in point, that is why this scumbag libprog didn't even bother to show up to Ohio, won't even go near it, because he knows he's going to get heckled to high heaven. I may even drive up there to heckle him if he'd ever show up there, which he won't. I would love to heckle this scumbag libprog. I would, oh God, it would warm my heart just to do that. So, Biden says he doesn't think he spoke with Ohio Mayor Trent Conaway in the aftermath of the train derailment. He didn't. The White House team talked to the mayor. So he shrugged off criticism Friday over his handling of the toxic train derailment. During an interview with ABC News, Potato visibly scoffed at East Palestine Mayor Trent Conaway's assertion that the president doesn't care about his town as Biden flew to war-torn Ukraine to show solidarity in its battle against Russia. So he goes on to say, David Muir goes, do you have any plan to travel to Ohio? And have you talked with the mayor yet? The potato responded, let's put it in this perspective. Within 2 hours of the derailment, the EPA was in there. Within 2 hours. Every major agency in the United States government that had anything to do with rail and or cleanup was there and is there. In addition to that, I've spoken at length to congresspersons, the governors, the senators from both states of Ohio and Pennsylvania, and I've made it clear that anything they need is available or we'll make it available to them. That is not what David Muir asked for, you god darn piece of crap. That's not what he asked. He asked, did you speak to the mayor, Trent Conaway of East Palestine, Ohio? That is the question he asked. He didn't ask for that. You smug son of a... Whatever happens here, we got to understand this responsibility of the railroad companies who made, by the way, tens of billions of dollars of profits. Tens of billions of dollars of profits lately. And of course, Muir had to ask again. Do you plan to travel there, and have you talked with the mayor? I can't recall that. Oh, I don't think I've talked to the mayor. Oh, I've talked to everyone else there in multiple times. Talked about the senators, both governors. I've talked to everyone that is there to talk to. And we made it clear that everything is available. So no. Short answer is, no, you didn't talk to him. I'd like to know what the political ideology of Trent Conaway is. Interesting. Because if he's a liberal and he doesn't want to talk to him, that says a lot. And it says even more if he's conservative and they don't want to talk to him. You would think that the President of the United States would like to, I don't know, hear from the person who's closest to the situation, such as Mayor Trent Conaway. You'd half expect that, right? Right? Yeah. So, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, plug in particular, was slammed for delaying his first visit to East Palestine to Thursday. Sorry, it wasn't Friday. Which is one day after former President Donald Trump paid a historic visit. And those people, if you heard them on, they were like, we love you. It's like, okay, cool. At least he brought visibility to it. The news media didn't really talk about it. Even Fox News was kind of like, train derailment? What train derailment? MSNBC, CNN didn't really talk about it. Kind of, oh yeah, it happened. Oh, another train derailed. That's another question we need to ask. Why are these trains derailing? Kind of important, Other subjects Biden was asked about the ABC interview include the one-year anniversary of the Russia-Ukraine war, China and a spy balloon, his ongoing classified document scandal, whether he'll seek re-election in 2025. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what to say. We are run by a bunch of frickin' morons. A bunch of frickin' morons. And I think that's what pisses me off more. That we have a president whose only concern right now is to launder his funny money through Ukraine and extend that war further. See, when he went over to Kiev or Ukraine, this train disaster already happened. So wouldn't it make sense if you're the president of the United States, keyword being of the United States, he's not president of Ukraine. So why is he over there in Ukraine? It's not hard to, I guess, understand why he's over there. Like I said, he's just laundering his money. But he's really get the Putler. He's going to show up to him. He's only over there to give our tax dollars to a corrupt country that's fighting another corrupt country. So what do? We give them our lives, our fortune, and our sacred honor to do what? I don't know. He's not the president of the United States. I don't even know what this potato is doing these days. It seems, for the most part, he's interested in, I don't know what he's interested in. You have a train derailment. The EPA sets it on fire on purpose, nukes that town. Oh, but we've been there since the beginning. You bet you have. You've been there way early. And I'm not going to visit there. I've already. Did you talk to the mayor? Let me ask you again. Did you talk to the mayor? So the answer is you didn't. You don't care about Ohio because it didn't vote for you, for the most part. That is what your concern is who can politically get you more points. I guess that's what it is. But going to Ohio isn't going to do it. And you saw when that Pete Buttigieg went there, what happened? I don't know. They mocked him. He took the proverbial, blasts, if you will, from all the townsfolk. They're going, hey, EPA says water's good to drink. Will you drink it? Uh-huh. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is where we're at, folks. We're run by a bunch of goddamn lib-progs who hate you, who want nothing but the worst for you and your family. And for you out there that keep voting for lib-progs, well, I don't know what else to say to you, but then other than I detest your existence as you detest mine.